had you on the show last year after your win over Joel Diaz. And here you are again after what maybe is the best win of your career. Um, I guess my first question to you is what are some of the things that you and Marvin been working on this year? And how exactly is it that at this point in your career you're having some of your best performances?
Well, you know what? Now that I'm focused now with Marvin. Uh, Definitely we've improved a lot. There's a lot of techniques, training, and I feel like I'm learning more. Usually in this stage of the career, because I've been in the sport for a while, it should be stagnant, but um, I've learned more, and I wanna be that person. It's not like I want to be stagnant. I want to keep learning and adapting new styles. And so far, with Marvin's training alongside with my dad's uh, technique and training, both of them agrees. And it's just be smart in there and throwing more jabs and what works on the opponent, because every fight has a different style. You need to adjust a little bit. And I'm happy right now with that I'm concentrating with Marvin. I think this might second or third fight that's concentrated just with Marvin and my dad. So everything works out. Everything is good with Marvin. So I'm learning a lot.
Well, speaking of fighting smart, I mean, that was one of the first things I noticed, man, was like right in the first round, you had your jab working and it would look like you knew exactly what you needed to be doing, kind of keeping him off balance, keep yourself moving, keep the jab in his face. Was that part of the game plan?
Yes, yes, that's the part of the game plan. Marvin, my dad, agrees. Both of them before they even talk, before they even um, talk about the game plan. Because my dad talked to me and Marvin also talked to me in separate ways. Both of them have the same game plan. I'm southpaw, Jojo southpaw, usually the one that connects his jab. And so my dad says, keep going, keep throwing your jab. And once in a while, when opening comes, counter with a straight. And same thing with Marvin. That's why he was saying, we're gonna beat him with a jab, move around. Although Jojo has some experience, but he tend to just wanted to walk you over and put his hands up, and doesn't really do as much. So both works out for me with my dad and Marvin's game plan. And so that's what I'm trying to do. Although the third round wasn't part of the plan, I stick on the pocket. I stay there. I guess being a fighter, when you get hit, you just feel like, I want to go in there. I want to do toe to toe. And
That was
they
a crazy round, man. That really was because it went from like a boxing match. He was fighting pretty smart. You were fighting pretty smart. And then it was like it exploded out of nowhere. And you guys were
yeah.
both just swinging.
Exactly. Although it excites the fan, but that wasn't part of the plan. That wasn't part of the game plan. So, right after that, my dad and Marvin was saying that, you're doing good, but don't stay in the pocket. Play your game. He's gonna play his game. So we gotta stay. So, after that, I managed to get back and go to the game plan.
Did he buzz you in the third, or was it just like he caught you with something and there was a mentality shift, like I got to get this guy's respect? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He caught me some, but I guess since I've been sparring with bigger guys, um, it, it didn't buzz me really. Although it's a little heavy hand because he's heavier than me. But in boxing, there are categories of how's the punches felt. There
Right.
are punches that felt like it stings. The punches that really gets you and just strong. And with Jojo Diaz, it's just heavy hand, but it doesn't like buzz me or sting me. And I guess it's the reason why too, because he's heavier than me. He can use his weight, but I'm used to spar with bigger guys. Although right when I get hit, I fighter mentality. Okay, let's get it
Right.
on. Let's do this. Like it excites the fans, but like I said, it wasn't part of the game plan. So after that, I just need to get back and be disciplined and follow our game plan.
Does he hit harder than his knockout ratio would suggest?
I would say in 126, because he started at 126, he hits harder probably. But at 135, I face someone that hits harder. Um, that the punches are hurt, that painful.
Right.
With him, it's just heavy, because there's some weight in there that was pushing. But I don't think that it's the hardest one that I've fought. It's okay for me. I can take a hit. But although, like I said, there are 135 pounder that can hit more harder. But like I said, he's just heavy handed. It's like when he throws, so just with his weight.
Well, speaking of weight, I didn't really have the full context for what happened. So obviously it's a lightweight fight. I think he came in at 139 pounds, maybe more.
Yeah.
Do you know exactly what happened there? Did he have to try to make weight again? Were you told that he was that much over?
You know what? Looking at him since before the weigh-in, I think a day before, or yeah, a day before. I can tell like this guy still kind of looks heavy, because I have experience already. I can tell his opponent, and they told me that the Golden Boy, Eric Gomez, was telling me like, oh, he can make weight. We're asking like, I don't know if he can make weight. He looks heavy.
Right.
They told us, oh, he can make weight. He's 139 a day before the fight. And it's like, okay, 139 is pretty much still big, in the weigh-in is tomorrow. And it says he can make it. And then the next day, he's still 139. So I'm not sure if it's really 139 that day. So he's probably just saying that and saying that he can make it. And for us, we wanted to train him. We wanted to make sure he can make weight. So I told him that, or at least lose more weight, because it's an advantage for me. So when they give up, they don't want to, lose more weight. Supposed to be its advantage for me is to tell them like, oh, you know what, he gonna lose more, but they don't want it. They don't want it anymore. They said, no, he can't make weight. I'm like, oh, he better make some, because I did my part. I'm even 135 flat the day before the fight. So and then the next day I'll be underweight. So I eat a little bit like that night, and so um but they said he can't make it. He doesn't want to lose weight anymore. So for me, I've been training for a long time. I want to save the card, and also at the same time, it's my job. It's too wasteful if I don't want to fight. The main event is already pulled out. So I said, okay, you know what? Let's do it. So I did it, and so pretty much he went there 139 or almost 140
Did you
without
view
any
that as a
fighting.
risk? Did you view that as a risk fighting somebody that was a junior welterweight?
It is kind of, I was thinking about that, but since I've been training for a while, and then I was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, so I'm like, you know what, I don't want to waste this time again, not fighting again. Let's just do it, because if I force them to lose more weight, then they will say, oh, I can't do it anymore, then the fight's not gonna happen. And so for me, like, I need to save the card, and I wanted to fight too. So right when I accepted, man, they were thanking me, the Jojo Diaz team, like, even shake my hand, thanking me, and the Golden Boy promotion, Eric Gomez, like, oh, thank you for saving the card. I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to be professional here. I want to save the card. Let's do this. I don't care. Let's make this. And at the same time, I'm thinking I've been sparring with bigger guys, so I'm like, I should be okay.
So when they read the scores, obviously it was a very entertaining fight. There was a lot of back and forth rounds. Some of the rounds were close. Um, when you heard the range of scores, like I think one of the judges had it 7-3 for him, and then the other two had it very wide for you. Was that surprising to you to hear that range of scores?
Uh, I was just I was just waiting for who really will win the fight. The first one, when they give it to Jojo Diaz, I was like, oh, what's going on here? And then the next one they gave it to me, and I thought that they gonna make it a draw again, like with what's his name, Morales, the Morales fight. But then when they announced a third judge, and it was for me, it was just a relief that I won the fight. And I know scorecards, I don't know how they do that, but at the end of the day, I will cherish the victory. I will cherish that I won the fight, and I won't think anymore what's going on. I won the fight, and we'll move
Right.
on. Let's go to the next step, to the next one.
When they showed the telecast, they were replaying parts of the fight and whatever, and they replayed the end of the fight where you guys were kind of speaking to each other in the ring at the end of the fight. What were you guys saying to each other?
Oh, first of all, I have nothing against Joe Diaz, even if probably he will say something. Um, that's just the first time that we've met, that we fought, and I've spoke to him before when he was like a 126 pounder, I think. I just told him, hey, so much respect for you. I know something going on in your personal life. You can just fix it. Do your best in your life. You can still bounce back. You're still young, so respect for you. I was telling him about that. I don't grudge. I mean, hold any grudge or whatever. It's just a sport, unless the fighter's really like doing something to me. Then that's a different story. So, it's all job for me. It's all sport. Trying to stay professional.